see squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
What, like, drove you to actually make it? Because a lot of people don't like the way they look. A lot of people don't like the way they feel in their own skin. A lot of people don't like a lot of shit about themselves. But they don't always change it because it's uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like, what made you be like, okay, this is how I look. I don't want to look like this. I'm going to change it. Mm-hmm. Like, what made you actually do it?
Well, it's interesting. I actually remember the specific point. I mean, there was a lot of just accumulation of, bullying, smug remarks, things like that I just, that I absorbed over time from other people's communication with me. Then I would just feel worse and worse and worse about it over time. But it was my friend saying, I was at the ice rink again, funny enough, and he was like, you know what, you're so skinny. Eat a cheeseburger, just do something like that. And I don't know why, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
You cannot care what people think about you. This is your life. This is your world. Make the best out of it. If you care about what other people are going to think of you, it's going to limit you from doing things. So might as well do those things, because one day you're going to regret it if you don't do it. So stop being scared to post your physique on your Instagram. Make your account into a fitness account.
The focus is about the focus.
Yeah.
So you're in there and you're just there and your mind's inside the muscle. Nothing else exists and you're pushing to the extreme. And how hard you push is only a matter of motivation, because your mind is it's the mind that fails before the body. And
you achieve failure. Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been. Nothing's changed.
Far you're going to push. And for me, bodybuilding was a way to change my life. And it was the mentality I put myself in is that I'm fighting for my life here. And when I turn pro, I'm like the other guys are trying to take food off my table, off my family, off my kids, and I'm going there for a battle. I'm not going there to smile. I'm going there to win the contests. And that was my frame of mind. So
Motivation, why? Because it feels so good, because when you have it, you can literally do whatever you want, whenever you want to do. But that's the thing. You can't control when it comes, and you can't control when it goes. So you just kind of have to do it anyway. That's kind of what differentiates being successful when it comes to reaching your goals and not. Because if you still go, regardless of how you feel, that's what's pretty much, not to sound cliche, that's what's going to give you the success you want. Because if you were just motivated all the time, achieving your goals wouldn't be any difficulty. It would just be easy. You would just do it, and everyone else would do them. So that's the whole point. You have to do things that you don't want to necessarily do in the moment, because you know that long term it's in your best interest. There's super fancy, colorful ways of putting this. Like, a lot of self-help people can really go into it, break it down, make it sound super fancy, but what it just really comes down to is you have a goal, you know what you want to achieve. Are you going to work to get there? Are you going to do what you need to do? Or not? That's that.
This kid's going to be the best kid in the world. This kid's going to be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you. Every day was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.